Hey everyone, it's Allie, and today I want to show you a pretty overpowered way to be able to farm double and triple exalted items to your heart's content. This is a strategy that was brought to my attention by my friend Misha, and well, what she ended up cooking here is one of the most absurd things I've ever seen in last epoch period. The TLDR of the strategy is that with a proper setup, you're now going to be able to print yourself basically infinite amounts of high forging potential, double exalted items of your choosing. With this, you can then take them, put them inside the forge, and use the new Runes of Havoc and Runes of Redemption to basically be able to reroll them into insane GG crafting bases for you to go and craft whatever kind of items you might want for your build. The point is that the baseline level of gear that we expect in the end game of a exalted mod and 5 tier 5 mods is no longer going to be the case, and honestly at this point that's going to now be considered mediocre gear. It should be very easy for you within a day or two of farming this to have double exalted in every single slot, while at the same time having the base that you want and having all the stats that you're looking for. So let's get into it, let's discuss the strategy, and let's get you on your way to making a lot of cool items. Now, the base of the strategy is going to be simply revolving around the Echoing Riches and Sealed Riches nodes. What these are going to do is they're going to try and give you more items of whatever you put inside of it. So in my case, I have a Leonite helmet. So whenever either of these nodes proc, I'm going to get more Leonite helmets on average, but it could give other helmets at the same time as 54 forging potential. So it's going to try to give me items that have around 54 forging potential. And I have 2 exalted mods in here, and they're both tier 7. So on average, it's going to try to give me double exalted mods on whatever helmets that end up dropping with upwards of tier 7 on both of them. The TLDR here for the imprint nodes is you have a chance to see Leonites, you have a chance to see the same forging potential, and you have a chance to see the same mods with the same tiers somewhat. Basically, you have to get a little bit lucky here to see all 3 things stack up together. But the point is, very quickly, over a day, you'll very much see quite a lot of likely items or items that are so similar that you can then go and take and craft into it. Need to. You might be asking yourself, Allie, how do I get an item that looks like this to begin with? As that's already a pretty insane item to begin with. Well, luckily, lots of items like this drop from our good old friends, Nemesis. To be able to start the strategy, what you're ideally going to want to do is you're going to want to go up to the top of the tree and pick up Fated Nemesis, Warden of the Dead, and Grave-worn Paths, and then start doing as many Nemesis encounters as possible. Every time you empower a Nemesis, it will add forging potential to the items inside of it, and it will add extra mods and eventually make it a double and sometimes, fairly often, a triple exalted item. Your goal of those Nemesis is to then just keep farming them until you get whatever you need to. So let's say you want to farm helmets, find yourself a double exalted helmet, and then you can start farming. It's okay if it's not the right base, because you can start farming a lot of helmets, and once you do get a double exalted helmet with whatever the correct base that you want to drop, you can then re-imprint it over the 2 slots, so you can start getting more of that base to drop, and then from there, you should get yourself quite a lot of pretty half-decent double exalted helmets of that choosing to then use Runes of Havoc and Runes of Redemption on. What I'd also recommend for you to do, which is going to make your life a little bit easier, farming these Nemesis and getting yourself your base starting seed item to be able to generate all these exalted items, is to come over to Mask when you're rank 8 with a Woven and buy yourself a single copy of Conquer Tower. If you have a lot of Amber to spare, sure, you can go buy more and go run a bunch of these normally. But if you just get yourself 1 copy of this Woven Echo, you can then go over to your tree and put it in both the Woven Riches and Loom Riches slot to start farming some of them passively. Basically, start farming Nemesis until you have your item ready to go, and from there we could start doing the strategy itself. For the Weaver tree, when it comes to strategy, in the description below there'll be a last epoch tools planner, which is going to show you the Weaver tree they'd want to use for this. This will be a little slider to show you exactly how to put your points, and this is only going to go to 38 points, meaning the last 12 unspent points can be spent on literally anything you want to. And I would say around 35 or so points is the bare minimum to really get this going. What we're going to be doing when it comes to strategy itself is we're going to come back over to Mask whenever you're ready to start farming, and you're going to buy yourself 1 copy of Unclaimed Trove. This Echo just has a stupid amount of lost caches in them, which is where the majority of these exalted items are going to come from. Sealed Riches gives you a 6% chance every time you open up a lost cache to proc the similar items, while Echoing Riches is going to have up to a 50% chance when you complete an Echo and claim the reward for going back to town to give you this item, but the majority of them are going to simply come from Sealed Riches itself. What we're going to be doing once you do have yourself your item imprinted and your Unclaimed Trove put into both these slots is we're then going to go to whatever timeline you want to farm. In my case, I'm farming Fall of the Empire. And what you want to do in this timeline is go and get yourself 8 gazes of Orobyss. When you have 8 gazes of Orobyss, what is going to happen, which is new to season 2, is as soon as you do literally a singular zone, the game is going to immediately spawn you a pity Orobyss. What we're going to be doing with this pity Orobyss is we're going to be branching out slightly from the beginning like this, looking to see if any unclaimed troves spawn, in my case, I did not get a single one. And if I don't get any of them, I'm then going to do my pity Orobyss to reset my echo web and try again. Because on our Weaver tree, we are picking up Purge Horizon, the Orobyss that we go do, that is a pity Orobyss, will never consume our Gaze of Orobyss, meaning that it's just going to reset the map for us for free. And then as soon as we do one new node on the new echo web, we're going to immediately spawn our pity Orobyss, which is then going to sit there for us. The TLDR is you're just doing 1 or 2 nodes, kind of like you see here. You're looking for the trove. If you do get a trove, for example, let's say this node right here ended up being a trove, I'd go to it, do it, and then if any other troves spawn around it, I'd go do the troves as well. And once I run out of troves that I immediately see on my map, I just go and do my Orobyss. With this, you are going to be able to farm yourself a lot of stability very quickly because Orobyss themselves gives you quite a lot, meaning if you want to farm a specific timeline boss's unique drops, well, this is your best way of doing it because they're going to be getting yourself probably somewhere around 5 or so boss kills an hour, and at the same time generating a stupid amount of double and triple exalted items. Now, when you do actually get the Unclaimed trope to spawn, all you're doing in there is simply walking through, clicking on all the chests, and killing all the loot lizards, and basically enjoying the shower of loot. You can start doing the strategy without having your Nemesis item ready to go, or you can simply go and do a bunch of lost towers to get those Nemesis items to begin with, and then start the strategy proper from there if you prefer. No matter what, it's really simple, it's really fun. You get to farm a lot of timeline bosses, you get to farm a lot of Orobysses, and you get to farm a stupid amount of exalted items to be able to go and craft whatever you want to. If you do need more Runes of Havoc and Runes of Redemption, I do also have a video guide on the current best known farming strategy for that as well. It'll be linked in the description below if you'd like to take a look at it. If you have any questions on anything we discussed here, feel free to leave a comment in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to help you as soon as I can. I also stream on Twitch every single day, so feel free to come by Twitch and ask me any questions there. Or if you want to come and drop by our Discord and come and be a part of our community and come and hang out with the other kitties, I'd be more than happy to see you there as well. With all that said, I hope you enjoy your Exalted farm. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video.